Laura has gathered the best research into the mysteries of our world from the most thorough and conscientious researchers into the UFO, paranormal, and parapsychological phenomena, such as John Keel, the author of the Mothman Prophecies, Operation Trojan Horse, also published under the title Why UFOs, The Eighth Tower, also reprinted under the name The Cosmic Question, and Our Haunted Planet, who coined the term ultra-terrestrials to better describe what are commonly referred to as extraterrestrials, and the scientist and author of books such as Passport to Magonia, Messengers of Deception, Dimensions, and Revelations, Jacques Vallée, both of whom studied the whole history of the phenomena and put it in the context of hyperdimensional realities, rejecting a so-called nuts and bolts spacecraft from other star systems explanation. Laura has read thousands of books and scientific papers in the course of her research and has expanded on the collected knowledge with her own writing. Everyone can check the sources which are referenced for themselves. Laura and the entire research network have gathered a colossal amount of information on just about everything under the sun and analyzed it, creating working hypotheses and testing them, while always remaining open to new data and revising or abandoning hypotheses as needed. The knowledge base of this network covers everything from esoterica and fourth way teachings and practices to diet, detoxification, and health, to the latest and greatest research in the neurosciences and psychology. What's more, it's shown how everything is related to each other, and in this way, much more understanding is gained and practical applications realized. Nothing is off limits for research, and lots of what Charles Fort, who spent his life looking into unexplained phenomena, called the damn data, that is, the data no so-called scientists, and by extension society at large, want to look at, because it would upset preconceived ideas and throw into question accepted paradigms and theories, are probed deeply in a better manner than anything I've been able to find. There is so much confusion, misinformed and misguided claims, and disinformation about our reality that a global research network with the diverse backgrounds and experiences committed to the sincere search for objective truth, as close as we can come to it, is like oxygen for those who want to participate in such an aim. Although frankly, I think Laura does a vast amount of research into the most pressing questions facing humanity, equivalent to a dozen researchers, the thousands of members around the world, hundreds of whom are very active participants, give an advantage that no researcher can have alone. The Cassiopeia and Signs of the Times online research network and community has helped very many seekers of truth over the years to make great strides in their quest that would have been impossible to do alone. From hidden history and alternative archaeology to the best cosmology and physics and scientific theories, to the branches of psychology, metaphysics, esotericism, and spirituality, this network brings an unmatched clarity and track record. There is so much noise on the internet and in general that it is truly hard to find the signal. In our modern lives, misguided and misunderstood claims, such as there is no such thing as objective reality, you create your own reality by what you think about, searching for and disseminating uncomfortable truths as being negative, and many other distortions and twists, erroneously claiming everything from enlightenment and raising consciousness techniques to quantum physics as their basis are rampant. Thankfully, all these things have been and continue to be gone through with a fine-tooth comb, so to speak, by the research network, dispelling a whole lot of misconceptions in an interactive and transparent way. Unfortunately, too many people have accepted these claims and decided that quantum uncertainty means that you can create your own reality by what you believe, or dependent on what you give your attention to. This is a popular idea among many New Age types and is actually the foundation of most religions, whether they realize it or not. So, a widespread claim is that if you don't give your attention to negative things, they will not be part of your life or affect you in any way. It's astonishing what can be done with a little twist of scientific knowledge mixed with distorted metaphysical understandings. As anyone with any experience not encased in obstinate subjectivity and wishful thinking, as well as a proper understanding of these scientific and esoteric spiritual concepts knows, these claims do not work. Luckily, we have among the many scientists and academics in the Cassiopeia and SOT research networks, theoretical physicist and mathematician Dr. Knight-Jadczyk, PhD, the co-founder of the websites and research network, and Laura's husband. Dr. Jadczyk, whose expertise includes hyperdimensional physics, in collaboration with physicist Philip Blanchard, developed event-enhanced quantum theory, EEQT for short, which gives us much deeper insight into all this. Our reality is admittedly very strange and mysterious, but it is unhelpful to make things more confused and make overgeneralized and simplistic claims that have no practical application. Without getting into mathematical formulas and equations, I'm going to give a brief description explaining the findings in pretty simple terms, paraphrasing and using quotes from Laura's writings. Of course, the math equations and formulas are available in the websites and published papers for those interested. Our universe seems to be made up of matter and energy, and of consciousness. Matter/energy by itself prefers, as it seems, a chaotic state. Matter/energy by itself doesn't even have a concept of, quote, creation, unquote, or, quote, organization, unquote. It is the consciousness that brings to life these concepts, and by its interaction with matter, pushes the universe towards chaos and decay, or towards order and creation. This phenomenon can be modeled mathematically and simulated on a computer using EEQT, event-enhanced quantum theory. Whether EEQT faithfully models the interaction of consciousness with matter, we do not know, but chances are that it does, because it seems to describe correctly physical phenomenon better than just the orthodox quantum mechanics or its rival theories, Bohmian mechanics, GRW, etc. What we learn from EEQT can be described in simple terms as follows. Let us call our material universe the system. The system is characterized by a certain state. It is useful to represent the state of the system as a point on a disk. The central point of the disk, its origin, is the state of chaos. We could also describe it as infinite potential. The points on the boundary represent pure states of being, that is, states with pure non-fuzzy knowledge. In between, there are mixed states. The closer the state is to the boundary, the more pure, more organized it is. Now, an external observer, a consciousness unit, so to speak, has some idea, may be accurate, may be false, or anywhere in between, about the real state of the system, and observes the system with this belief about the state. Observation, if prolonged, causes the state of the system to jump. In this sense, you do create your own reality, but the devil, as always, is in the details. The details are that the resulting state of the system under observation can be more pure or more chaotic depending on the direction of the jump. The direction of the jump depends on how objective, how close to the reality of the actual state the observation is. According to EEQT, If the expectations of the observer are close to the actual state of the system jumps more often than not into a more organized, less chaotic state. If, on the other hand, the expectation of the observer is close to the negation of the actual state, that is, when the observer's beliefs are not true, according to the actual state, the objective reality, then the state of the system typically will jump into a state that is more chaotic, less organized. Moreover, it will take, as a rule, much longer time to accomplish such a jump. In other words, if the observer's knowledge of the actual state is close to the truth, then the very act of observation and verification causes a jump quickly, and the resulting state is more organized, pure. If the observer's knowledge of the actual state is false, then it takes usually a long time to cause a change in the state of the system, and the resulting state is more chaotic. In short, everyone who believes in an attempt to create reality that is different from what is adds to the increase of chaos and entropy. If your beliefs are orthogonal to the truth, no matter how strongly you believe them, you are essentially coming into conflict with how the universe views itself. And I can assure you, you ain't gonna win that contest. You are inviting destruction upon yourself and all who engage in this staring down the universe exercise with you. On the other hand, if you are able to view the universe as it views itself, objectively, without blinking, and with acceptance of the reality and appropriate response to how things really are, you are then more aligned with the creative energy of the universe, and your very consciousness becomes a transducer of order and energy, and your actions are consonant with what is. Your energy of observation given unconditionally, matched by the appropriate actions, can bring order to chaos, can create out of infinite potential. Since humanity as a whole is an organ for transducing energies onto our planet, the conditions of humanity as a whole is reflected by the planet. The suffering of humanity, the lies that humans believe, all have a profound effect on the planet. Very important. It is not whether or not one believes in good things or bad things that make good things or bad things happen. It is the factual observation of reality and whether or not it leads to a true assessment or lies. The effort to view the universe as it views itself, with love and acceptance, even in the face of what might be termed horror, can actually lead to amelioration of that horror. To view the universe and to deny the truth, and to insist that one can believe whatever one wants to believe, and thereby make it so, is to deny reality and contributes to the chaos, the destruction, the suffering. And so, what is the solution? The truth, as close to it as we can objectively get, must be propagated as widely and as soon as possible. That is the only thing that will save the planet, so to speak, because it is in the creative centers of humanity that the fate of the earth lies.